If you're holding crypto or any cryptocurrency, you need to watch this video because your expectations might be high since crypto went from around 67,000 to $80,000, but is most likely not what you believe. So, first of all, I want to address that if you're holding crypto, most likely you're under the water, meaning that your overall position in the last 6 to 12 months is down. That being said, I at the end of the video, I will also share my thoughts on what you could do instead of waiting for crypto to go up. This is a system that I built myself that can help you capitalize from all of that movement. But first, let me share my thoughts on what I think it will happen with Bitcoin. As always, guys, this is my thoughts only. I do not have a crystal ball to see what's actually going to happen, but in my experience, this is a pretty normal correction that Bitcoin has. So right now we have seen Bitcoin go from around $60,000 it all the way to $85,000. And since May 7th, we have slowed down a bit. So it has been about 19 days in consolidation. That being said, I do believe that most likely we will have a strong rejection and we will hit $55,000. That is the most likely price we're going to hit. Primarily, I believe that the biggest reason is that we're still not done with the full correction. That being said, once we do hit around the 55, so this is my range, 55 to $40,000, then most likely we will go up uh, back to 100,000 and so on, potentially even higher. But in the meantime, just so you know, you need to stay prepared. That being said, it's not only Bitcoin that is down, it's also DAO, it's also XRP, Solana, pretty much every cryptocurrency you most likely are holding. Now, if there's one thing that is guaranteed to happen during all this time is price action, aka volatility. And you most likely have experienced it in your portfolio. You have seen your portfolio go up, didn't sell, go down. Obviously, you don't want to take the loss either. So you didn't sell, and now it's under the water, and you're telling yourself, oh, I'm going to sell once the price goes up, but then you don't know what is going to be the top, and probably you're not going to sell, and you're going to get into all of this cycle again. So here, for example, we have a cryptocurrency called Tau. You most likely have heard of it. It's a pretty good coin, very solid foundation and good technology. But the problem is that if you bought it when people were talking about it a lot, which was May of last year, 2025, since then, Tau has gone down around 43%. Now, if you had $10,000 invested, then obviously you would be down around $4,400. The crazy thing is, if you also invested in Tau, the only way you could have sold it was at this exact peak and only 14% up. Now, what if you could have a system where instead of waiting for prices to go up, you take advantage of all of this insane volatility? Well, that's what I have been building for the last 6 years, and more than 300 clients are using it, and they're making insane returns. This is just to show you of what is capable if you don't want to be holding crypto anymore, or maybe you do want to be holding crypto, but you want to that crypto to make something, right? Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, we're all in this to make profits. So that is what this system is about. For instance, I run a back testing, although I will also share with you results where we split it in three strategies. Number one is maximum income. Number two is balance. And number three is maximum growth. So in maximum income is when the bot makes all of the profits and everything that you make gets paid out in cash flow. Now, this is starting with $50,000 with Tao exactly 324 days ago. And as you can see in the bot, we have $56,232, only $6 of appreciation from the moment that I set up the bot. Now, keep in mind, in cash flow that was paid out to the crypto wallet is 32,000, which is a 64% or around 5.3% a month. Considering the situation, it's really, really good because Dow didn't go up in value. It went down 40%. So that means that your overall balance is $88,000. If you were for a balanced strategy, that is 50% cash flow and 50% investment, meaning that every profit the bot makes gets split into two. So the same $50,000 invested into the bot 1 year later is at $69,000. The crazy thing is that $17,885 were reinvested. Excuse me, were secure as cash flow, and $17,000 were reinvested back into the system. Now, if you went for 100% growth or 100% reinvestment, then your balance would be $87,945, which means that everything was reinvested back. Now, if you were holding crypto instead of using this system that profits from the volatility, you can see that you would actually be down about 15%. So this system that is using the grid strategy is up 75% overall in 1 year. As if you were holding crypto, your 50K investment would be down 15%. Now, I'm not wizard here, but I do know that you are on crypto because you want to profit. Maybe you have heard that crypto is the future and you actually believe on it, but you have no idea on when to sell if you're holding it, or if you want to have a system just like this one, you have no idea what cryptocurrencies to trade or what settings to use or even what platform to use. And that is the main problem myself and my team solve. We have built the system, we have built the software based on the strategy that I personally have using for more than 6 years. And we have also built the full structure so you know which cryptocurrency to trade and what settings to use. And here you can even see the full daily account behavior. So I'm going to keep this simpler for you by just keeping the account balance of the bot. And we will also keep the buy and hold strategy. So you can see both of them started at 50,000. At some point, the buy and hold strategy was up $66,000. But then, because the bot is consistently profit from the volatility, you can see that when Dow did go up in value, that led you to be some up $72,000 in the buy and hold, but in the account balance for the bot, you were actually up $105,000. From then, we took a small dip, but all of that time, the bot was still accumulating cash flow and paying you consistently daily from the profits. And that takes you to the current point where we are right now, which is $87,000 in the account balance with the bot, which is a lot more than what you initially started with at $50,000 by the buy, but the buy and hold strategy would put you at $44,000. During all of that time, we had insane volatility, a lot of price movement, yet you are down $6,000. And here, if you're wondering, this is how the system actually trades. So you can see a bunch of buy and sell orders that the system has placed during this 1 year. And we even have the full breakdown. We can see roughly when it places the buy and the sell order. And of course, we do take into consideration the fees. So yeah, guys, that's about it for this video. I will be sharing with you officially about the system that I spent over 2 years building it. But if you want to have early access, there is going to be a link in the description where you can book a call and apply for it. That being said, guys, I hope this video makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and make sure to subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.